What's good, y'all? AJ Simmons here, and I'm gonna talk about how to get your shit together. All right, let's talk about how you gonna get your shit together to make sure this gonna be a great year. We not having another bad year, y'all. This year we doing it right. So we in the middle of the first quarter right now, basically, and I had the privilege of consulting and mentoring different people, right, all over the world, really. And so something that I'm hearing a common theme of is people just need to know like how to stay consistent, how to get their stuff together pretty much. And I mean, y'all watch this channel, y'all see my growth, y'all see the company that I run or whatever. And so people feel like I'm a good source to come and ask for that. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice on how to get that together, especially for your cleaning business, because a lot of y'all on this channel are cleaning company owners, right? So here's what I would say. The number one thing is this: I would say batch your time. Like batch your tasks, because we got so many different things that we need to do as entrepreneurs. Then we got so many things that we want to do, and we'll lose focus a lot of times. And then we think of new ideas. Then we think of, oh, I can't forget to do this. And so you could be working on one thing, next thing you know, you jump to another thing, right? And so it's like, well, how do we stay on track? How do we become the most productive, especially when the thing that you was doing was important, but then the thing you thought about doing was also important, and you jumped to that, and now you all over the place, and neither one of them got done, right? So the first thing I say is batch your time. And so when I say batch your time, what I mean is this: like, for one, I always keep a to-do list. All right, so every day I got a to-do list, and I got like a long ass to-do list of everything I got to do, and then I got my daily to-do list, which I try to keep at least to about 4 or 5 things each day. I have my one big thing I got to do each day, and then I couple on about 4 to 5 extra things, and then if I start getting ahead, then we'll add a couple more things from that long list. All right, so when I batch my time, what I like to do is I have certain times. So it's like, all right, bam, from this time to this time, let's just say from 7 to 8, I'm working out. From 8 to 9, I'm showering, getting dressed, and all of that. And I'm gonna probably eat during that time too. From 10 to 12, we can go ahead and check emails, or let's just say 10 to 11, check emails, check social media, anything like that. All right, anything social related. Then from 12 to probably 1, we can chill. 1 to 2, we gonna pick up and we're gonna do cold calls for it out, right, or something like that. We're gonna like check emails again, do cold calls, do some cold email marketing. Then from 2 to 3, we might do something else, right? Do your admin stuff, update a training video you need to update, check on your invoices, check on your CRM, stuff like that. And then from about 3 to whatever, you can, add, but basically my point is this: I'm batching my time, so I give myself certain windows to handle certain things. So it's like, even though you got this long to-do list of all these different tasks that you need to do, there is a block of time specifically for the to-do list. So I used to, when I first started like trying to figure out how to get my life structured and everything, I used to put every single to-do thing on the calendar. But what I learned was that wasn't effective for me, because there's certain things that I got to get done every day. Checking emails got to get done every day. Uploading content, in my case, got to get done every day. Email marketing, sending out an email, I try to do that at least every day. I want to, right? And so like certain things we know is going to get repeated. So bam, we can put that on the calendar each day, like bam, all right, that got to get done today no matter what, because I know that's an everyday thing. But then you got those to-do list tasks where it's just like, okay, you got to renew your LLC filing. That ain't every day, but you put it on the list just for today. Stuff like, send out this new email campaign that you just thought of and build a funnel for. That's not every day. You know what I mean? Check on your ads, set up your new ads on Google or Facebook, right? That's not every day. And so you have these things where you got to put them inside batches. You know what I mean? So batch your time is my number one thing. Next thing I would say is D&D. All right, set your phone to D&D. My phone is always on Do Not Disturb for a majority of the day. So from about, I think it's 7:30 to 3:30, my phone on D&D, because that's when the kids are in school. That's when I'm working usually. You know what I mean? I don't want to be bothered doing working hours. And the type of company that I run, I don't need to talk on the phone. So therefore, I don't need to pick up the phone for incoming calls. Then what you need to do is set your D&D settings up, because it's like, okay, well, damn, what if the kid's school calling this emergency? What if my wife calls and it's an emergency? What if certain people that that it might be an emergency situation? Well, cool. Go into D&D, and set those settings. And so maybe you set those contacts as favorites and say, okay, we want it on do not disturb, but only favorites can get through there. You know what I mean? So set those type of things up, all right? What else I do? Certain apps, when you got D&D on, certain push notifications should not come through. So for example, if you got sports apps, there's no reason for your fucking phone to be going off about no goddamn sports. You know what I mean? Like, come on, we're not professional sports bettors. You know what I mean? And even them, I don't even know if they probably even need that on. You know what I mean? But it's like, there's no reason for you to have that ding in your phone. There's no reason for you to have social media ding in your phone. If you get business from your social media, cool. But guess what? Your social media should be connected to your CRM. And if your CRM doesn't allow you to do that, then you should be in Clean Biz Network, where you can use our CRM, because it does do that. All right? And so I will set certain exceptions for my apps as well. And so the only apps I allow, I believe right now, is my CRM, the Clean Biz Network CRM app, because it's going to let me know different things. The text is coming in, the web chats is coming in, anything like that, right? So I got that come in. I'll let Slack come in, because that's where we communicate with our employees at my company. What else? I let text come in only from my favorites, nobody else. So a lot of times I text people back, 2 and 3 days later, because I just don't get around to getting to them. Because the only time my phone is not on D&D is a small window in the evening when I get off of work. So that's usually between about maybe 3:30 to 7:30. Because around about 7:30, I don't want to be bothered again. You know what I mean? I'm about to start winding down and focusing on, family time, next day, all of that. So, and then obviously the weekends I might cut it off, but not on Sundays. Sundays is back on again, because Sundays I'm winding down. But about Friday afternoonish, and then all day Saturday, I let it stay off. You know what I mean? Unless I voluntarily cut it on. But you got to use that D&D feature on your phone. That's one of my biggest hacks. Another thing, limit your screen time on social media. So each social media app that you got, they let you go in the settings and have a warning to let you know, hey, you spent more than 30 minutes on here today. You know what I mean? Do you want to hop off? And they'll close your whole screen and make sure you approve, like, all right, I can go over the limit today. You know what I mean? So set that up as well. Like, manage your screen time on social media, though. Also, one thing I started doing it too is I went back to listening to podcasts instead of listening to YouTube all the time, because sometimes YouTube will throw you in these rabbit holes of things that you really don't need right now. You know what I mean? With information you really don't need. So try doing like Spotify or something else that keep you just on the podcast or on the books, and it's gonna keep you on stuff that you specifically were looking for, and not down these rabbit holes that's kind of distracting and more entertaining versus educating. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with entertainment. Sometimes you do want entertainment. So sometimes during the day, let's just say when I take my lunch break from my work, I'll purposely go to podcasts, but I'll turn on like some NBA podcasts, or I'll turn on some, that's pretty about it. I can't think of nothing else right now, but I turn on like some sports podcasts, or NBA in particular, because I want to clear my brain a little bit. I don't want to overload. And it's like I was already productive for the first half of the day. Now I'm giving myself time to breathe. You know what I mean? I might walk outside, get some sun. You know what I mean? Then I come back in, and then we back to it and close the day out with the rest of our tasks. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is, the main thing I want y'all to take away is the batching. Batch your time. All right? The next thing is D&D. Next thing was limit your screen time on social media. Another thing I'm going to give you is this. Join some type of networking group. Join some type of networking group. All right? And Clean Biz Network is a great one. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in the cleaning company, it's probably the number one that you need to be in, because it's going to keep you motivated. You can ask all your questions, so definitely do that. And then the one I would say in addition to that, if not an alternative, but definitely in addition to, would be get an accountability partner. All right? Somebody that you can meet up with all the time, at least once a week, you know what I mean? Or even once a month at the minimum. But somebody that you got to answer to, because as entrepreneurs, we're the boss, right? We don't got to answer to nobody. And so if you don't get your to-do list done, if you don't get certain tasks done, guess what? You're not going to see the immediate repercussions of that. Now, over time, those things will compound, and it'll show if you weren't doing what you're supposed to do, because your revenue going to show it. All your outcome going to show it. Like, a lot of things going to show. And so it's like, but if you be knocking out all of those little tasks in and day out, that's going to show. You know what I mean? But a lot of times, since we don't get immediate repercussions, we let stuff slide a lot. So my thing is this: get you somebody that you got to answer to. Get you an accountability partner. It could be somebody at the same level as you, a little bit behind you, or above you. You know what I mean? To get somebody that's entrepreneur level just like you, that's driven just like you, and meet with them. And that's how you would do it. You set the meeting, y'all set the task. On the first half of the meeting, you focus on that person. Second half of the meeting, they focus on you. And y'all can open up a Google Doc or something and make a little check box. And this is exactly what I do, by the way. And so make little check boxes, and y'all meet. Whenever y'all meet, y'all check off the boxes. All right, AJ said he was going to do this and this and this before the next meeting, and you check it off. Did he do it at the next meeting? Did you check it off? And then vice versa. And so y'all holding each other accountable to make sure, like, all right, bam, are y'all getting it done? Are y'all being productive? You know what I mean? So those are my main tips for just staying on track. And then obviously listening to channels like this, you know what I mean? Stay motivated, like set goals. And I would say too, if I can add this one on as a bonus, put yourself out there. All right, that's why I started Get Paid to Be You as well, in addition to Clean Biz Network, because one of the things that helped me more than anything was putting myself out there, out here on social media, like on YouTube in particular, and telling people some of my goals, showing people, hey, I'm about this, you know what I mean? Because that way, if I'm a trash ass entrepreneur, but I'm up here trying to give entrepreneurship advice, then guess what? I'm gonna be ashamed. You know what I mean? I'm gonna feel like I'm a fraud, so I ain't gonna want to do it no more. So putting myself out here and creating this personal brand helps me a ton, and it makes me want to push that much harder, because I know I got a lot of people looking up to me, counting on me and all of that. So put yourself out there. Like, do not be scared to put yourself out there, and then put your goals out there too. Sometimes certain goals you do want to kind of hide a little bit, because, you know what I mean, for various reasons, you know what I mean? It might be better just to keep it within yourself and lock in at that point. But his other goals was like, no, put it out there and let the people and let the world hold you accountable for doing what you said you was gonna do. All right, so that's my feedback for the day, y'all. Let's get our shit together this year. Let's stay on track in 2025, y'all. It's still early. You fell off your workout routine, that's all right. Just get back on starting right now. You know what I mean? Start today. You ain't necessarily doing the revenue you wanted to do so far. Step it up. You know what I mean? Push harder. Set goals. Like, set obtainable goals. Cleaning business people, y'all know what I always tell y'all. How many calls you gonna make a day, Monday through Friday? Even if it's just 10, that's still 200 calls a month. You can at least get one walkthrough out of that. You should be able to, right? So at least just do that. You know what I mean? Even if make 100 calls a day if you got the time. But we got all day long as entrepreneurs. We got a blank canvas each day. You need to fill that goddamn canvas up with at least 8 hours worth of work. Your ass would have give a job 8 hours. Why you can't give your company 8 hours? Now, when you get more efficient, you get more systems in place, then you can lower it to maybe 6, maybe 4, you know what I mean, a day. But you got to be getting something done. All right, so let's get to it. Let's stay locked in. Do not fall off, y'all. I've been consistent all this year. I actually started in December because I wanted to get a head start on the year, giving y'all videos Monday through Friday nonstop. All right, and so my proof is in my pudding now. It's up to you to back yours up. All right, let's stay with it. Let's stay locked in. I'm AJ Simmons. Make sure y'all join us in Clean Biz Network. If you're not already a member, it is a 30-day free trial, so you can try it out. Join, try to get you your first contract, and then use that money from that first contract to pay the monthly fee that it costs to be a member. All right, but other than that, that's what I got for y'all. I'll let y'all later. Thank you.